So randomly, this headline caught my attention today. Headline was ChriseanRock and Blueface fight each other, and I don't know the location. It was somewhere in Los Angeles. That's where it occurred. But it caught my attention because we rarely see a fight between two couples that's fully recorded where we see both of them throw down at each other. So we can definitely know at least who started the fight, what really occurred. Whereas in some cases, a woman could start the fight, hit her boyfriend, get hit back, but the boyfriend gets in trouble. In this case, it's very clear that she started the fight. So I had to be honest with you guys. I don't know anything about the rapper Blueface. I have not followed rap really for the last 10 years, so I'm really out of touch of who's now the rising stars of the rap game. So I don't know how famous this guy is, but I guess he's famous enough since it made headlines. I also don't know too much about him, to be honest. This is actually the first time I've heard of this guy, Blueface. Interesting name. I guess rappers are running out of names these days, but that's another story. So, my thoughts on this fight, well, I'll say this. From what I saw this fight, it was very obvious. His girlfriend, ChriseanRock, started the fight, hitting him first, and then just following him around a few times, not leaving him alone. There was one part of the fight where he just had enough of it, and he punched her right in the face as she struck him first. So she struck him first. He struck her back hard. She falls to the ground. He gets on top of her for maybe like a minute or two, or wrestles her on the ground, and then they get up again. And it continues for another minute or two where she continues to follow him around, and he's telling her to just leave him alone, but she won't. So they continue to go back and forth, and then it eventually ends the recording. So what I gathered from this is that just from seeing this video of her, that she's definitely crazy. Just the way she was yelling and screaming, she seems nuts. Any woman that starts to fight, there's something wrong with her. Especially when she's physically starting to fight with a man, that there's something crazy about her. I would say this, Blueface, he handled it well for the most part. I don't really know what else he could have really done in that situation. Again, I don't know much about this guy, so I don't know the background story between their relationship, if he was cheating on her in the past or something was going on to piss her off. But even if he was cheating on her and he wasn't respecting her, she still had no right to hit him. That's what I felt. Like, you never have a right to hit another person unless they hit you, and it's an act of self-defense. And I'm equal opportunity. I apply that to both men and women. If someone doesn't hit you, then you can't hit them back. That's just the way it goes. So she violated that code in my eyes by striking him first. That was not right. But I just dug deeper about just both of them to some degree, not enough where I really know who they are. But from the clips I saw of ChriseanRock, from what I've looked up on her, she seems very masculine, very aggressive. Just has the attitude of a dude. Like, basically gives the vibes, don't mess with me. You come at me, I'm gonna do this to you. She gives a very masculine vibe, and when I say masculine vibe, it's not necessarily looks. When I describe women who are masculine, you could be an attractive woman and still be hyper masculine. When I say a woman's masculine, it means that she has the aggressive nature of a man. She's very aggressive, in your face, very, loud, just things that make you think of a man, those characteristics. Very strong, could be physically or just strong in manner. And that's the picture she painted to me when I've watched some of her clips randomly on YouTube. Especially there's one clip where she's throwing down with another girl on some reality show, I guess. I forget the name of it, but very masculine energy right there. I would say Blueface, I don't know much about him. He just seems kind of chill from what I've seen in his interviews, kind of laid back. Just, I don't know much about him, but I dug up his history. It says, when he was growing up that he moved around a lot to a lot of schools. I think when he was in elementary school, he moved around a lot in that department of his life. And just eventually, I think when he came to high school, he settled down living with his dad in Oakland. But it seems like he had a lot of dysfunction. They also said he was a schoolyard crip. So obviously you had to have some dysfunction to be a crip, I feel, or anybody who joins a gang. You have dysfunction in your life. So that becomes like a pattern of who you are. And I found this interesting. This man had a scholarship, I believe, to play football at Fayetteville State. I'm from North Carolina, so I kind of find that interesting. So So he went there briefly to play football, but then he got homesick, so he went back to Los Angeles, and then it just says that he was trying to work normal jobs, but he couldn't, so he couldn't function, working a 9 to 5 lifestyle. But all of this stuff I'm just pointing out just shows to me that this man is used to having dysfunction in his life. He doesn't really want stability in any way. He just can't stick in one place or stick to one thing. Granted, he has been successful now, obviously, since he's a known rapper, but that still could be his downfall later on in life or even earlier in life if this man doesn't find stability. And he obviously, that's probably why he was with this girl, because she's very dysfunctional. So I would say you attract what you are, not just looks wise, but just if you're used to something, you're going to attract someone that has that same type of energy. He's a dysfunctional person, and so is she. So that's why they're together. I also found it interesting when he allegedly offered her 100K to break up with him. I don't know if he's joking. I don't know if that was real. He could have been joking, but if that was legit, that really shows to me that this man's a clown. You should never have to offer a woman money to break up with you. You should just be able to easily walk away from her. I don't know why you couldn't do that. That's if he was serious. That really seems strange to me. Just again, that you could just walk away from her. You don't have to pay her. But then again, it just shows that he never learned how to handle these types of situations, or he doesn't know how to deal with dysfunction in a proper, mature way. But both of these people just seem messed up to me from what I've seen in like clips I've randomly seen of them on YouTube. So that's what I think about it, but you can let me know what you think.